the red straw sticking out of my neck like a perverse lollipop. Mom's eyes bulged. She backed into the corner of the cell. No, please. I held out my hand. In my rotting palm lay 2 straws. One was long, one was short. Draw, I rasped. My voice sounded like dirt falling on a coffin. I can't. Draw, I screamed, the cell door rattling against its hinges. She reached out with a trembling hand. She hesitated. She tried to see which one was which, but my hand was a blur of necrotic flesh. She pulled. She held it up to the dim light. It was the short straw. I smiled, my skin splitting. Short straw loses. I didn't touch her. I didn't have to. The sheer terror, the heart that had been black for so long, finally gave out. She clutched her chest, gasping, her eyes rolling back. It was a massive heart attack. As she died, I leaned close. There were no long straws in my hand. Mom, I learned from the best. Bella didn't go to prison, but she didn't escape. She grew up in the system, bounced from foster home to foster home. Aunt Carol couldn't handle her. Bella was too volatile, prone to screaming fits whenever she saw a plastic straw. 10 years passed. I was fading. My revenge on my parents was complete, and the tether that held me to this world was loosening, but I had one last stop. Bella was 20 now. She lived in a small, messy apartment, working a dead-end job as a waitress. She had no friends. She didn't date. She lived in constant fear. It was her birthday. She sat alone at a wobbly table. In front of her was a cupcake with a single candle. Happy birthday to me, she whispered, her voice cracking. I appeared in the chair opposite her. I wasn't the rotting corpse anymore. I was just Harper, sad, tired Harper. Bella looked up. She didn't scream. She just started to cry. I'm sorry, she sobbed. I'm so sorry, Harper. I should have shared the chicken. I should have told them to stop. You were a child, I said, but you were mean. You enjoyed it. I know, she wept. I hate myself every day. I'm alone. I have nothing. Is that enough? Have I paid enough? I looked at the miserable woman in front of me. She was alive, but she wasn't living. She was trapped in a prison of guilt and trauma. Mom had destroyed us both, one with a straw, the other with indulgence. I looked at the cupcake. Eat, I said. Bella shook her head. I can't eat cake, not since. Eat it. She peeled the wrapper with shaking fingers. She took a bite. She chewed slowly, tears running down her face. It's good, she whispered. I stood up. The heavy chains of hate that had bound me to the earth were dissolving. I looked at my sister one last time. Don't be like her, I said. Be better. I will, Bella promised. I swear. I began to fade. The ceiling of the dingy apartment opened up, not into darkness, but into a soft, gray light. Harper? Bella called out as I became translucent. Yeah. Did you really rig the straws when Mom died? In the cell? I smiled, a real smile this time. Rules are rules, Bella. And then I was gone. Bella Vance sat alone in the silence of her apartment. The air felt lighter. The oppressive weight that had followed her for a decade was lifted. She wiped her face and stood up. She walked to the window and looked out at the streetlights. She reached into her pocket and pulled out something she had carried for years, a crumpled, faded packet of plastic straws. She opened the window. One by one, she threw them out into the night wind. Goodbye, Harper, she whispered. She turned back to her room. For the first time in her life, the destination wasn't decided for her. There were no straws to draw. She could go wherever she wanted, and that was the scariest, most beautiful thing of all.